Maddie. It's me. I'm very sleepy today. But we're going to talk about some Disney movies and add to our ranking. So I'm going to pull up the first movie so we can go through it like we always do. So we're talking about Aristocats. What are we talking about? Aristocats, Robin Hood, and the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. We were gonna do 4 movies, but I didn't watch the 4th movie, so we're doing 3 movies, and then we'll do 3 next week, and then we'll do 3 more, because it's easier to break it up that way anyway. So we're doing 3 movies today. Aristocats, Robin Hood, and Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So the first thing to note is this is the beginning of the Dark Ages. Well, people mark it off at different places. Hello, how are you? I just got home from D&D not that long ago. I am good, how are you? I'm very tired. I tried to take a nap, and it wasn't long enough of a nap. But I had to wake up, and I didn't feel like doing makeup, so all natural terror today. Some people call these, From Here to Little Mermaid. Some people break it up into 2 eras, one the Bronze Era and one the Dark Ages, and some people mark it as just the Dark Ages. I'm going to consider it all the Dark Ages, just because I think it's a little more accurate. Because I don't think these 4 movies are any better than the next 4 movies. I think they're all kind of, I don't know. Some people say Aristocats to Rescuers is like the Bronze Era, and then Fox and the Hound to Oliver and Company is the Dark Ages. Some people say that all of this is the Dark Ages until Little Mermaid. So, either way, Jungle Book was the last one Walt worked on. This is the beginning of no more Walt. I'm good. I'm going to be one of the striking Etsy shops tomorrow. Hopefully it goes in our favor. I didn't know Etsy was striking. I will have to look into that. So that's cool. But yeah, so this is a weird era. Basically, this is the beginning of kind of like Disney's, what people saw as Disney's decline, and then Little Mermaid saved it. So, there's a lot to keep in mind here. The biggest thing I will say about all 3 of these movies, honestly, everything, 101 Dalmatians, Sword in the Stone, and Jungle Book are not as clean, and they look a little cheaper, but really Aristocats, it's bad. Etsy recorded record profits for the 2nd year in a row, and they want to raise their transaction fees so they charge the shops. Oh, that's fucked up. Dude, fuck Etsy. But, it's so convenient for selling and stuff. That's messed up. But yeah, so these movies have some messy stuff. I'll see if I can find a good shot in Aristocats, but I know when I was watching Aristocats... Okay, Aristocats has a disclaimer. I'll start with that, just because we've been kind of keeping track of that. Nor are they called the Dark Ages. Is it a time setting? It's because Walt started working on it, or is it a way to organize movies? So, these are not Disney-given categories. I'll start there. These are not Disney-given categories. This is kind of like a... Well... I don't know where the eras came from, but it's not something that, Disney really truly recognizes, because, Disney doesn't divide their movies by that on Disney+. This is more of, a cultural fan thing. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Yeah, they're not really Disney-given eras. They're sort of fan stuff. see if I can find what I'm looking for. But it's more of a way to organize. The biggest thing is that people saw these movies as less good. They were cheaper. I mean, Walt didn't work on them. Many of them are kind of weird. But I think the biggest thing is that they're after Walt's death. But yeah, I mean, we have. Oh, I thought Jungle Book was the last one Walt worked on. Maybe it wasn't. This list is saying it's not the one. What is the last one Walt worked on? Let's see. Walt Disney. Let's see. Well, what I'm looking for. What was the last movie he worked on? Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah. So he died during Jungle Book's production. Okay, so it was the last one to be worked on by Walt Disney. Jungle Book. Okay. I was really confused. Because one thing said it was released after his death, but then something else I had read said he had worked on it, so I was a little confused. But yeah, so Dark Ages is just kind of like people felt it wasn't the same image anymore. People felt, I mean, let me see if I can find. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so, I mean, the Golden Age is the Golden Age. Then there's the Wartime, Silver Age. So yeah, this has this listed as the Bronze Age instead of the Dark Age. Again, different lists have different things. So this is listed as the Bronze Age, but either way, it is not seen as good as the rest. You know, there's a whole lot of things. Who is texting me? Oh, okay. They're just not as good. They're a little bit different. They are not as big. They're not as big, long-lasting impressions. I just like the website that separates it were and explains. So I'll just read it so you don't have to spend time educating me. No, but like if you're looking at the same website I am, which is Diz Avenue, this specific one doesn't have, what's it called? It listed as the Dark Age, it has listed as the Bronze Age. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is like, this was after Walt's death. The movies felt different. The movies felt not as good. I mean, some of them are about weird topics, which, I mean, that's up to your interpretation, but like, Aristocats, we have Aristocats, Robin Hood, Winnie the Pooh, The Rescuers. They're all very different from each other. Then we had The Fox and the Hound, The Black Cauldron, The Great Mouse Detective, and then Oliver and Company, which is an older movie than I thought it was. I thought Oliver and Company was a more recent film, until I started getting into all this. I thought it came out in like early 2000s, but it came out in like, when did this movie come out? 88. But yeah, so Smooth, this era is just a strange era, but either way, people felt it was not as good and wasn't as well made until The Little Mermaid came out. Like, Disney was on the brink of death, like, the Walt Disney Company. Um, so I just was saying all this so you guys have a context for, like, what we're seeing when these movies come out, you know, like, when we go through these movies. Like, these movies, people were like, what the fuck is this? So, let's get started. So, still have the credits at the beginning. I'm kind of keeping an eye out for when that stops. The movie just opens with this beautiful, elegant woman riding her coach with her cats. And then she gets home and she asks for her lawyer to come, and her butler, like, lets the lawyer in and everything, and she's dancing with her cats and everything. And she's telling her lawyer, I want to make my will. Sorry, that's my seat up against my desk. Don't want to damage my chair. I'm starting to rub the edges of my chair off from rubbing up against the desk. So, she says, well, I want to make my will. And while she's discussing all this, we get a shot of the butler who is listening in on this conversation. And the cats are playing around during all this. But while she is talking to her lawyer, she says, well, I hate the damn butler. Yeah, he sucks. But she says, well, I want to leave everything I have to the cats. And once the cats are gone, then the butler can have it. And the butler, I'm trying to remember the butler's name. Edgar, right. So, Edgar is like, well, there's so many cats. There's 5 of them, or there's 4 of them, and they each have 9 lives, and they live about 20 years or whatever. And he's like, saying all this silly stuff, and she's like, well, I'll never get the money. I'll be dead before the cats are. Well, she's kind of got a point, to be fair, because she has an older cat and then 3 kittens, right? And the kittens are less than a year old. If the kittens live another 20 years, I mean, Edgar's pretty up there. The kittens live another 20 years, like, he's not looking at that money. I vividly remember this movie strangely because I remember him driving his shitty scooter to get rid of them. Yes. So then we cut to the cats, and the cats are they're playing around and everything, and they're about to do their lesson. So one of them is painting, and then the other 2 are playing piano. And that's when we get the fun song, Scales and Your Arpeggios. I love that song. Anyway, so they're playing around, and then Edgar is like, well, I'm gonna get rid of these cats. So he makes them, like, some milk with some sleeping pills in it. And then he collects them and puts them in his scooter and drives out of town. Because I'm a lady, that's why. You're not a lady, you're just a sister. Yes. Ladies don't start fights, but they can finish them. And then there's these 2 dogs that are kind of, I don't even remember their names, and they're kind of useless in the movie. They're just there for whatever reason. Anyway, Edgar gets rid of the cats, and then he runs into these dogs, and then his scooter, like, falls apart, and he leaves behind his scooter, his hat, and his umbrella, and this is important. Like, he leaves behind the little, like, bicycle, like, the little secondary carriage of the motorcycle. And then we cut to the kittens, and they wake up, and they're scared, and we cut back to, Madame. I don't remember her name, but the cats call her Madame. And she's looking for the kittens. And then the mouse Roquefort runs out, and he's trying to look for them too. And then we get Thomas O'Malley the Alley Cat. He shows up, and he is a fun character. And he says, well, I can help you guys get back to Paris, right? Paris. And so he helps them get a ride on a little milk truck. And then they're riding back home. And then we cut back to Madame, and the horse and the mouse are in the stable talking, and Edgar comes in, and he goes and tells the horse, he's like, "Can you keep a secret? I got rid of the cats." And the horse is like, "The fuck, bro? Bro, you want to fight?" But then so the horse and the mouse try to come up with an idea. The horse's face was a classic, yeah. Try to come up with an idea on how to help them. Or no. This is when he realizes he left behind his stuff. Alrighty, the cats fall out of the milk truck, and then they're on the train tracks. And a train comes, and so they jump under the bridge, and Marie falls into the water. They all have names. Duchess, Marie, Toulouse, and Berle. I don't remember how you say his name. But then they meet two geese, because Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat, I'm going to call him by his full name because I love it. It's so much fun. But he jumps in the water to save Marie, and then they meet these two geese who are like, "Well, we're headed to Paris too. Why don't we all go together?" And they make it to Paris, and then the geese run off with their uncle. And it's a really funny scene, honestly. But Edgar goes back trying to find the stuff he left behind. And then we go back to the puppies, the dogs, and he's trying to get his stuff back from the dogs. And it's just it's a whole little sequence. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, they chase him and he chases them, and yeah. Oh, and now we get, okay, Scat Cat. Scat Cat and his gang of alley cats. Alrighty. And this is the sequence, which is why we have the disclaimer. But this is so much fun. Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, best song. Because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. I mean, the song is awesome. And then, yeah, there's a little cat playing the piano with the chopsticks and being a real bad caricature. But it's like, and it's one of those things that's like 5 seconds, and again you go, why is this in the movie? It didn't need to be, you know, like. Anyway, the kittens go to bed, and then Thomas and Duchess have this beautiful moment about, like, they want to be together, but she doesn't want to leave. She can't be an alley cat, and he doesn't think he'd be accepted in their home and everything, and so they can't really be together, and it's really sad. And it's so touching. They're so cute. Alrighty, and then they make it home, and Edgar is like, "Oh shit, how?" So when they get there, he scoops them all up in a bag. And then the mouse Roquefort goes and gets Thomas, and he goes and gets Scat Cat. And then we cut to the barn where he is putting the bag of kitties in this trunk that's going to get shipped to Timbuktu. I love old stuff. It's like, we're going to ship you to Timbuktu. I don't even know where Timbuktu is, and that's probably the point. It's like, oh, it's a faraway place. But, like, it's a real place still. But, like, it's always one of those things, like, you're going to go to Timbuktu. Alrighty. And then the cats beat up Edgar. This place in Africa, I think. Yeah, I think it's a small country in Africa. I don't know exactly where it is. The cats beat up Edgar. Roquefort gets them out of the trunk. Then the cats throw Edgar in the trunk, and he gets shipped to Timbuktu. And then the movie ends. No, not right there. But Madame is there with her lawyer Georges, and she's like, "We'll take Edgar out of the will, because I don't know why he left. I think if he knew about the will, he would have stayed." Little does she know, he knew about the will. Thomas gets adopted by her. He's got a cute little bow tie. Yeah, and then she talks about how she started he's like, "Are those some cats that you have? Like, I hear some alley cats." And she's like, "Yeah, they're the start of my new foundation to house all the alley cats of Paris." And so now, and then it cuts to the cats, and they're all playing Everybody Wants to Be a Cat and dancing. And then it's just a little sequence of all the characters dancing, and then the end. It's the end of the movie. I wanted to stop. I don't know how, like, I always change up how I do this each time. If I talk about each movie individually, or if I talk about them all together, or whatever, but one thing that I feel so unsatisfied with this movie, because Edgar doesn't get caught. He just gets shipped to Timbuktu in that chest, and then we don't, like, he doesn't get caught. I wanted him to get caught. I wanted him to get in trouble. Timbuktu is a city in Mali. It's in Western Africa region. Okay. Well, that's where Edgar is. But yeah, this movie, let me see if I can find a good shot of it. He probably died in the crate. I mean, realistically, yes, but let me see if I can find. Here's a good shot. And I mean, okay, here we go. You see how the lines are not as clean? Like, that's one thing about this era, is like they're just, the lines aren't as clean, and they're a little more scratchy and everything, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I love this look, okay? But this is part of the reason this era gets what it gets. I mean, you think about just 2 weeks ago or so, we talked about Sleeping Beauty, and if you compared that movie, it's a lot prettier. And like, yeah, there you go. The line work is a lot bolder. That's the other thing. The line work is a lot bolder, and it's definitely not as clean. Whereas like, you go back and look at Sleeping Beauty, and it's honestly a lot smoother. It's a lot prettier. The lines are a lot cleaner. But I love this. Don't get me wrong. This is really good. But it's just one of the many reasons this era gets what it gets. It's because it's just not as fresh. And all of these movies look like this. They have a lot of scratchy lines, and they're just not as clean. And yeah, they're a lot bolder. These lines are a lot harder. I'm just trying to, I don't want to actually play a cut of the movie because I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, like her hair, for example, but, I mean, it's definitely, I like it. But it's not for everyone, and it's part of the reason this era gets the reputation it has. Now we're going to talk about Robin Hood. Well, let me talk about, is there anything else I want to say about Aristocats? I mean, I like the movie. It's fun, but it's another movie that it doesn't have as much of a satisfying ending, but I like it. It's a lot of fun. Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat, is a heartbreaker. And yeah, it's just got that scene with the little, like, Asian cat doing the chopsticks, and it's like, doesn't need to be there. When he said stop, the first thing that came to my mind was In the Name of Love. Yeah, it's just one of those movies that, like a lot of these movies don't feel they tie up as much. This next one as well, too. It feels like right when they hit the climax, it doesn't end the way you think it does. So, credits are still at the beginning. We've got a character we have a narrator for this one. The minstrel, he gives us a little song, and he tells us all about Robin Hood. And I mean, I mean, how do I start this? I mean, he gives us the overview, and let me see. But yeah, we just talk about they're robbing the rich to feed the poor, and they're upset because King Richard is gone and Prince John has taken his place and stuff. But yeah, they see Prince John coming through, and he's trying to take taxes, so they dress up as fortune tellers, and they rob him blind. And then we get to Nottingham, where there's the sheriff of Nottingham, and he's just taking all the taxes, and the friar, which is the churchman, is trying to help everybody out by like helping donate money and everything, but the sheriff of Nottingham just comes and steals all the money anyway. We cut to a little family of bunnies, and it's this little bunny's birthday, and they all scrounge up to give him a gift, and it's like 1 gold coin, and he takes the gold coin. Then Robin Hood comes in disguised as a beggar, and he gives the little boy a bow and arrow for his birthday and his hat, and it's super cute, and he gives a little bit of money to them. And then the kids are playing with the bow and arrow, and they shoot the arrow, and it lands in the backyard of Prince John, and we see Maid Marian and her handmaiden playing badminton. And the kids, she sees a little kid who tries to get the arrow, and they play pretend Robin Hood and everything, and it's super cute. And then Maid Marian talks about missing Robin. Oh yeah, I had some new Pokemon in the shop. Zapdos, Starmie, Gengar, Shiny Gardevoir, Shiny Porygon 2, Tyranitar, Snorlax, and Morpeko full mode. I'll check it out. If you make a Dratini line, Shiny Dratini line, or a Dedenne, I'll definitely buy those. This is me commissioning you. Maybe Marian talks about how much she misses Robin Hood, and then we cut to Robin, and he's dreaming about her, and him and Little John are hanging out, and the friar shows up, and he says there's a bow and arrow there's like a shooting tournament, and it's clearly a trap. I have the Dedenne pattern. I have Dratini line. Do you want Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite? Yes. All shiny boys. I love the shinies. And so they go, and Robin Hood and Little John put on disguise, and of course, I mean, it goes about how you expect. I mean, there's a tournament, and they're cheating and all this kind of stuff, and then Robin Hood wins, and they're like, haha, you're Robin Hood, we're gonna take you away. And they try to kill him, and then chaos ensues, and they're all running around fighting each other, and it ends with them all saying, long live King Richard, and him and Maid Marian running to the woods. And then everyone's all like, yay, yay, and they sing a silly song about how, like, fuck Prince John, basically. He sucks. Well, after all that, he raises the taxes and arrests everybody, basically. And then we cut to the friar, and he's ringing the church bell, and they're like, him and the 2 little mice that are in the church are like, no one's going to show up. And one of the little mice puts their last little gold piece in the box to give money to the poor. And the sheriff of Nottingham comes in and takes it. And the friar's like, you know what? I'm fucking tired of you. And he beats him. He tries to beat him up. So they arrest the friar. And then we cut back to Prince John. And he's like, we're going to hang the friar. And then Robin Hood will come and save him. And then we can hang Robin Hood. And then it cuts to, they're setting up the little hanging thing, and in his disguise again, Robin Hood comes up, and he's like, his little blind disguise, and he's like, what's going on here? I'm blind. And they tell him, we're going to hang the friar. And so him and Little John are like, well, we can't let that happen. So they do a jailbreak. And they break everybody out, and they take all of Prince John's money, and Robin Hood barely escapes, but he does escape, and they all say, long live King Richard. And, like, right when you think, like, and then that's it. And then it's just like, oh yeah, King Richard's back. Like, they don't show him coming back or anything and, like, punishing Prince John. They're just like, oh yeah, King Richard's back. What's up? Everything's good now. It's really weird. And then we see the end. Him and Maid Marian get married, and the end. Like, seriously, like it cuts like that. Like, Robin Hood barely escapes with his life, and he's like, and they get all the money, and he saved everybody, and then it just hard cuts, and there's a wanted poster for Robin Hood, and then a banner across it that says "Pardoned by King Richard," and then the little like rooster who's been like the narrator is like, well, everything turned out good again. Oh look, somebody's getting hitched at the chapel. Let's go. And they go over there, and like Maid Marian and Robin Hood are running out, and it's like really weird. And King Richard is there. I didn't think we would see King Richard the first time I saw this movie. I thought it was just gonna be like one of those things of like, oh, King Richard, you know. And then it's like, oh no, here he is. What's up? It's like, and then it ends. Robin Hood, cleaner than the last movie, like animation wise. In my opinion, at least. It's a little bit cleaner. It's good. I mean, it's a great, like, it's a folklore tale, you know? It's one of those things that, like, it's a traditional story told in a Disney-fied version with a fun art style. He's a little fox. He's cute. This movie made everyone a furry. It's good. I mean, I don't have anything necessarily good or bad to say about a lot of these movies. It's just one of those things of like, with a lot of these movies, I feel like I'm watching them and then I'm like, okay, this is a Disney movie and I like it, but I don't have like a ton to say. It's like, oh yeah, this was good. Like, didn't really, like, some of these older movies especially, they're so short and there's not a lot to talk about, I feel. So I'm really excited to get to like the 2000s, or at least the 90s. Yeah, because once we hit Little Mermaid, boom, 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 great movies from there. It's like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback, Hercules, Mulan, Tarzan. Like, we're gonna have, it's gonna be great. We gotta get to Little Mermaid, guys. I promise you. Promise you, it's gonna get better from here. We just gotta get to Little Mermaid, and then it's like, whoosh. I mean, I'm telling. When I say that people say Little Mermaid saved Disney, like, I'm not kidding. Like, Little Mermaid, like, blew Disney out of the water. After that, like, it was just amazing, and then everything after that was like, phew. It saved Disney. Like, we can all have our opinions on Little Mermaid, okay? I'm not the biggest Little Mermaid fan, but it saved Disney. Winnie the Pooh. Okay, this is one that actually, that's the other thing about these movies. A lot of them don't have a huge impact. Like, but in fact, there's a con in my neck of the woods called Steel City Con. It's like quarterly, and they had the voice actors for both Belle and the Beast, the most recent one. That's awesome. We've got MomoCon here once a year, and we're going to have the voice actor for Mickey and the voice actor for Goofy this year. Last MomoCon, we had the voice actor for Donald, and I went to his convention, his like panel, and it was really awesome. And yeah, he's really passionate. He's one of, there's only been 2 Donald voice actors. Well, technically 3, but 2 actual Donald voice actors. In DuckTales, Donald gets a voice chip that makes him talk normally, and in that, he's voiced by Don Cheadle. But besides that, he's only had 2 like actual voice actors, Clarence Nash, and then Clarence Nash taught Tony Anselmo, who is his current voice actor, how to do the voice. And he was really cool to like get to like hear things he had to say and all that. And I asked him a question. I don't remember what I asked him. I think I asked him what his favorite thing he worked on was, like, as Donald. And one of the things he said was the new Three Caballeros show. He really liked that. Surprisingly, he liked working on Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, so that's cool. But what I was trying to say was that a lot of these movies, besides like the princess ones, don't have a lot of like cultural impact. Not necessarily cultural impact, but like long-lasting impact. Like everyone, talks about the princesses. Like, the new DuckTales is absolutely amazing. I'm so sad it was canceled. I know, but it got wrapped up. I just wish there was more of it. Like, I don't know if you finished it all, but it did get, like, fully wrapped up. They were able to at least wrap up the story they were trying to tell, but you can tell it was rushed. They had so much more to put in there. It's true it resolved, and that's what makes me happy, is at least it resolved. I would have been so mad if it hadn't gotten resolved, but at least they got to wrap up the story they were telling, albeit it was rushed, but yeah, like, the princesses, everyone knows the princesses, they've got, like, an impact, like, people talk about them, they're getting remakes, all this kind of stuff, but, like, some of these other movies, like, they just don't really have a cultural impact, like, Bambi, I guess everyone talks about how, like, oh, it was traumatizing that mom died, but, like, say something else, shut the fuck up, no, it wasn't, okay, you know, Alice in Wonderland, like, it's just, everyone likes the Cheshire Cat and misquotes the movie, you know, Peter Pan, like, besides Tinkerbell, no one remembers anything about Peter Pan. You know, 101 Dalmatians, like, no one remembers that movie. Everyone remembers the live-action one that was made in the early 2000s, which was really good. Nobody remembers Sword in the Stone. Nobody remembers Aristocats, you know? So there's not been a lot to say about some of these movies. But the next one has a bigger cultural impact, because Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So I understand how Dear is Prince of the Forest. Who you protecting? You couldn't protect your mom. Shut the fuck up. If somebody else brings up Bambi's dead mom, I will scream. I'm tired. Everyone needs to shut up. Bambi's not even a good movie. Yeah, and then, like, the wartime era, nobody watched those. But yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Everyone's watched this movie. There's so much Winnie the Pooh out there, okay? So, this one at least has a little more to talk about in that sense. But this movie itself, I'll be honest, like, kind of weird. I mean, it's the opening for the new series on my Spotify. I hope the Darkwing Duck series they keep talking about comes to fruition. We'll see. I hope so. I want something from the new live action, or not new live action, but the new DuckTales. I love it so much. Honestly, it's what made me love Donald. Like, if you had to ask me who's my favorite of, like, the Sensational Six, which if you don't know who the Sensational Six is, it's Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Daisy, Pluto. Before I probably would have just been like, I don't know, Mickey, Minnie, but then I watched the new DuckTales and I was like, that duck right there, love me that duck. So Donald's kind of my new favorite, actually. My Donald Squishmallow. Isn't he cute? He's so soft. But I love this duck. Oh, his tag got bent. Oopsie. So this movie, for one thing, I've always loved Donald and Goofy. Got too much cuteness in one shot. Donald and Goofy, I mean, if you love Donald and Goofy, I mean, that's what Kingdom Hearts is for. Mickey is honestly kind of lame. He has the biggest thing about Mickey is that, honestly, since we've been around, Mickey hasn't really been in anything. He hasn't really had his own show the way he used to. We got, like, some of those kid shows, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And now we have some of those, like, Mickey Mouse shorts again. But, like, for a long time, Mickey really wasn't in anything. Mickey is the image of the brand is the big thing. Yeah. But, like, Mickey and Minnie really weren't in anything. And then we had, like, Goof Troop and Quack Pack and stuff in, like, the 90s, 80s and 90s. But, like, since we've been around, we don't really have anything for, like, the gang. Besides, like, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and, like, Mickey and the Roadster Racers. And now we have the new, like, Mickey Mouse shorts. But, yeah, I mean, like, there wasn't really any Mickey to like. And then, like, I guess, you know, you had Kingdom Hearts, and, like, Mickey is the cool guy in that, but he's not in it. Like, you play with Donald and Goofy. So, anyway. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So I have to call it by its full name because I know there's another Winnie the Pooh movie later that came out way more recently in, like, the 2010s. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh came out in the 2010s. So this is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I have to make sure that that's recognized. Okay. So the biggest thing about this, based on its name, obviously if you can't tell, it's multiple short stories. Which is not bad, but it... And I'll also be honest, I fell asleep during the last, 15 minutes of this movie. I was really tired. I needed that nap. So I didn't see the very end of this. But, yeah, it's a lot of little stories, which is great, but it makes it hard to sort of talk about and review, because it's like, well, I mean, it's not a movie. It's like 3 cartoon episodes. I love Goof Troop. I watched the entire thing on Disney Plus recently. I started Darkwing Duck, but I never finished that one. I never watched any of that old stuff. I've always been a Disney kid, especially Disney Channel. I loved Disney Channel as a kid, and I've loved Pooh Bear since I was, a child. But honestly, I've never really, gone digging for a lot of stuff Disney-wise. So, yeah, I don't know a whole bunch, about, different shows and stuff. I didn't watch a lot of that stuff. If it wasn't on Disney Channel when I was a kid, I didn't watch it. You know? So, I missed a lot of that, that early 90s, 80s, 90s, all that stuff. I missed all of that. So, like I said, until recently, I really didn't know anything about Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Goofy. I didn't know anything about the Sensational Six, so they really weren't in anything except, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I was a kid at the time all the series were on, so I watched all of them as a kid, even going back as far as the Adventures of the Gummy Bears. Wow. Yeah, my Mickey Mouse show was Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and even then I was a little old for it by the time it aired. So, yeah, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was kind of my Mickey Mouse show, and I didn't really like Goofy or any of the characters in that. I was like, oh yeah, Mickey, he's fun. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Do you remember they get the thing a face? I don't remember the thing's name. Toodles. Y'all remember when they gave Toodles a face? Y'all need to see this. Hold up. If y'all don't remember Toodles. If she don't know Toodles, she too young for you. Okay. Hold up. Toodles. So he used to not have a face, and now he has a face. But yeah, he used to not have a face. Toodles was my shit, man. Dude, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was fun. I liked that show for way too long. I was way too old to like that show. Hey Toodles, time to get with it. Show us the mouse tool to help us do it. Y'all. I need to shut up. Anyway, Winnie the Pooh. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, this one's gonna be kind of weird to talk about because, like I said, it's more like 3 cartoon episodes put together rather than one full-length movie. Start with Pooh Bear, and he's looking for honey, and yeah, he eats all his honey, so he tries to climb the tree, and he can't get up in the tree to get to the honey bee nest. So then he goes and finds Christopher Robin, and he uses a balloon, and he floats up the honey bee nest, and they still come after him, and then. So he's like, well, I'm going to go bother Rabbit and see if Rabbit has any food. So he goes and he eats all of Rabbit's honey, and then he gets stuck trying to leave Rabbit's house. So they're like, we're just going to have to wait till you get skinny again. And he just sits there for a few days. And then finally, one day, he goes loose. So they pull him out. I mean, yeah, it's kind of short. And then he goes flying into the honeybee tree again. That's the first little story. The next one is about a really windy day, and he goes around and he sees Piglet, and Piglet almost flies off. They go to Owl's house, and then Owl's whole tree falls over. And they gotta look for a new house for Owl. And the next one, there's some knocking at Pooh's door, and my boy shows up. My boy Tigger. This Tigger jumps in, comes through his room, and pounces him. And oh, Tigger's my boy. I love him so much. Tiger. Hoo 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 hoo. Also, one thing they changed, because this changes, okay? I gotta talk about Tigger for a minute. Let me talk about Tigger. Okay, so I want y'all to tell me, hold up, does Tigger bounce on his feet or on his tail? Y'all answer me this real quick. Okay? The question, I'm not trying to trick you. I want to know what you say. Does he bounce on his feet or on his tail? So I need to know which Winnie the Poohs y'all have seen. If I remember correctly, it's his tail. His tail. Ooh, y'all are incorrect! You're not incorrect. He does bounce on his tail. In newer stuff. In this movie, the original Winnie the Pooh, he bounces on his feet. And I didn't realize that either until I was sitting there and I'm watching it and I was like, hold up. He bounces on his feet. Let me... Let me see, yeah. He bounces off on his feet. He doesn't bounce on his tail. This whole movie, he doesn't bounce on his tail once. And that's the thing, is even him and Roo are bouncing in this. Because if you watch the Tigger movie, or some of the other movies, he bounces on his tail. And I would know this because the Tigger movie was my favorite movie as a kid, okay? Don't fuck with me, I know the Tigger movie. Alrighty? They bounce on their tails. Him and Roo bounce on their tails. But in this movie, they're bouncing on their feet. And I always thought it was weird because it was like, Roo, you're a kangaroo. Bounce on your little fucking paws. I don't know when or why they switched to his tail, but I'm gonna find out. Okay? I will let you know. I will see if I can find that out. When and where that changed. Because, like I said, I literally watched this movie like an hour ago. Okay? I didn't have time. But I was like, huh. My boy's not bouncing on his tail. And then we get a sequence, because Tigger mentions heffalumps and woozles. And then we get this weird trippy sequence where Pooh dreams about heffalumps and woozles. And then this is all, then he wakes up and it's rainy, and flooding. And him and Piglet both get flooded out. But they get rescued by Christopher Robin and Owl. And then they're okay. And then Christopher Robin is like, you're a hero because you saved Piglet. So they have a little party. And then Eeyore's like, but I found a house for Owl. From earlier when Owl's house got blown out of the tree. And then he finds Piglet's house. Apparently Disney Afternoon Block had a theme song, but I legit don't remember it. That's a good question. I'm trying to remember. That sounds right, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't place it if you asked me. And then Piglet's like, well, I guess Owl can have my house. It does have his name on it, but it doesn't. It says trespassers will, but like no one can read or spell because Christopher Robin, I guess, is like illiterate. So Piglet's like, I don't know where I'll live. And Pooh Bear's like, you can live with me. And they have a big old party. And then Tigger's bouncing. He's bouncing and they don't like his bouncing, so they're like, okay, well, no, hold on, I missed this sequence earlier. He bounces on his tail a little bit here and then goes back to bouncing on his feet. So I guess that's why they changed it, because he does both, and they're like, well, he bounces on his tail always, and it's like, you guys didn't watch the movie. But they're like, we're tired of his bouncing, so what are we going to do? And Rabbit is like, we're going to get him lost in the woods. Found on Spotify, I was trying to find the banger openings from Disney, like Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Gummy Bears, etc. Oh, okay. Rabbit is like, okay, I'm tired of Tigger's bouncing, so we're going to get him lost in the woods. I'm not kidding, Rabbit said that. And then we'll go find him the next day, and then he'll be humble and he won't bounce anymore. Okay, Rabbit. So they attempt to do that, but then Rabbit and Piglet and Pooh get lost in the woods instead. They finally make it back and they find Tigger. And he's like, well, I'll go find Rabbit. I'm trying to see Because I caught it earlier that he was bouncing on his feet, and now I'm like, well, maybe he bounces on both, because he did bounce on his tail for a small sequence. But I think he always bounces on his feet in this movie. I remember Tigger Toy, he bounced on his feet, but I think he was bouncing on his tail at the time. I'm not sure. It's, like I said, it's really weird. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, because here he hands Rabbit his tail and then bounces them out of the woods. And he bounces on his feet. And then, yeah, and then they get out, and then it's the snow, and this... Damn it, now the answer is why they switched it. I'm gonna find out. Okay, and this is the one I fell asleep during. They're playing in the snow. And Tigger and Roo are hanging out, and I fell asleep. So I don't know about this last one. I'm going to be very honest with you. I apologize. I fell asleep. I missed more than I thought I did. I thought I only missed like 10 minutes, but I clearly missed about 15. Okay. That was clearly a lot. I woke up literally as the end credits showed up. I was like, oh, okay. Oops. So, and then I went back to sleep. I slept for like an hour and a half. Let's see. Bounce on. Let's see. Tigger, let's see. I'm trying to see. Yeah, because it seems like he only, in the books, he only bounces, like he bounds, like on his feet. What just happened? I was trying to read this. Damn it, they all have my favorite themes from the Disney cartoon except for the opening of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I'm seeing the videos of him bouncing in both. He'll bounce on his feet, but would do a quick bounce off his tail. Yeah, but like in the Tigger movie, he bounces on his tail. Like, inexplicably. I don't see anything about any different, but I saw the Tigger movie in theaters when I was a kid. Yeah, in the Tigger movie, he bounces on his tail because that's like a whole thing. They had this whole like, yeah, here it is. Let's see if I can get a bigger picture of this. Oh, well. Hold on. Because they do this. They do like a twisty roundup bounce, and they twist up their tails and then do like a mega bounce. So yeah, they do bounce on their tails, at least in the Tigger movie. But anyway, yeah, I missed the last part of this, but it's about Roo and Tigger hanging out in the snow, and I don't know exactly what else happens, but clearly I missed more of this movie than I thought. I apologize, everybody. But like I said earlier, this movie's a little weird because it's more like a couple episodes of a cartoon. So it's hard to sort of talk about, but I mean, I love Pooh Bear. I love Winnie the Pooh. I have a Tigger in one of these boxes somewhere. I got, when Christopher Robin came out, I had gone to Disney World shortly after. Oops, I lost my tab. Um, I had gone to Disney World shortly after like Christopher Robin came out, and they had plushies of like the versions of the all the characters from the movie. So like in their old style, like their book design. Okay, come on. What in the world is happening? Okay, my thing won't load. It's being weird. Anyway, so those are those three. Pooh Bear is probably the best one because I like Winnie the Pooh. Oh, I should show my screen while I do this. Probably gonna put Pooh Bear here, like above Cinderella, because this one had such an impact on me as a child. I used to watch these movies all the time. It's gonna get a 9 out of 10. A tier. I want that to be a capital A. A tier, okay. Robin Hood and Aristocats, good movies. Probably B tier. Let's see. I'm gonna put. Yeah, we're gonna put them here. Aristocats. Gonna give it 7 out of 10 because it does just end, and I'm kind of tired of that. 7 out of 10. B tier. And then Robin Hood after that. Because again, good movies, but they do just kind of end, and it could be better. Alrighty, where are they? Robin Hood. And where's Aristocats? Am I blind? I'm probably blind. Here it is. Oops. Shit, I fucked up my thing. You were down here. You go here. Alright, that's how I had it. Melody time and D tier. Yeah. Oh, Melody time was in D tier. Okay, there we go. Anyway. So. Yeah, this is our ranking so far. I don't want to put anything in S tier. I'm only going to put a 10 out of 10 in S tier. And there's like 2 movies that are going to be a 10 out of 10 for me, at least. There's going to be a few. There's a few. Let's see. I can tell you right now, I mean, Tangle's going to be in S tier. Encanto's going to be in S tier. Let's see. Oops, definitely not Bolt. Fuck that movie. Mulan's probably gonna be an S tier. Hercules, I don't know. Some of these are really good movies. There's some good movies, but I can tell you for sure, like, Tangled and Encanto are gonna be an S tier with a 10 out of 10. I can tell you that right now. And if you didn't guess that, then you don't know me very well. Okay. So yeah, I mean, those are our movies for the day. Next week, we're gonna talk about Rescuers, Fox and the Hound, and Black Cauldron. Those will be our 3. And then after that, like I said, we're doing Rescuers Down Under before Little Mermaid, just because otherwise it's going to be awkward to have it in the middle here. So we'll do Rescuers, Fox and the Hound, Black Cauldron next week. Week after, Great Mouse Detective, Oliver and Company, Rescuers Down Under. And then The Little Mermaid. And then it's going to be all uphill from here. So, anyway, what do you guys think about these movies? I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have seen any of these movies recently, but, like, I always love to know y'all's opinions. Um, I think you sent your message too soon. Let's see, I'm getting a text. I'm excited to see what you think of the Black Cauldron. I'm excited to see what I think of the Black Cauldron. I've never seen it before, so it's got that scratchy animation style. I really like this style. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like it. I still look at the enter key. I'm excited to see about it because I've literally never seen it. Like, a lot of these I've seen, it's just been years. Like, I hadn't seen Winnie the Pooh in a while. Rescuers I have not seen. Great Mouse Detective, Black Cauldron, I haven't seen. Oliver and Company, I think I saw it once when I was a kid. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I haven't seen Rescuers Down Under. Everything else I've seen at some point. No, I haven't seen Fantasia or Dinosaur. And then everything else I've seen at some point, it's just been a while. Y'all know Bolt? I thought that was a Disney Channel original movie. I had no idea this movie got a theatrical release. I thought that was a Disney Channel original movie. These movies only suffer from them being old, so you remember them being good when you're young, but when you're older, they're pretty lackluster, yeah. I used to like Dinosaur when I was a kid. I've never seen it, so I'm interested to... I don't even know anything about it. I'm not going to read it, because I don't know anything about it. I want it to be a surprise. So yeah, I've seen... pretty much everything else on this list, like, before starting this, I had seen... I mean, obviously nobody's seen the wartime era, so I don't count that. But I had seen pretty much everything on this list except, like, Fantasia and then a couple others. But for some of them, it had just been a really long time. So that's why I'm enjoying this, because I get to go back and watch movies I haven't seen in a while. And then for others, it's like, oh, I get to watch these for the first time and experience them. So Rescuers, Fox and the Hound, Black Cauldron. We're going to watch that. I used to have Fox and the Hound on VHS. That was a good movie. Are we doing shorts? We're not doing Disney shorts because there's too many Disney shorts. When we do Pixar, we will do the shorts that play before the Pixar movies. But I will... I mean, because when you say shorts, do you know how many fucking Disney shorts there are? Like, the... shorts, that's a very broad term. So... we will do the shorts that played before the Pixar movies when we watch the Pixar movies. So, because every Pixar movie, like when it plays in theaters, you know, there's always a little short before it. I think there's only like 2 that don't have a short. I could be incorrect. It could be only 1. But we will do the shorts for the Pixar movies. The other one I might make y'all watch, I'm going to say, go watch Far From the Tree. Here we go, Far From the Tree. This played before Encanto, okay? And Encanto's not Pixar, it's Disney. But it got a short. Go watch this. It made me cry. Okay? This is about having toxic parents and breaking the toxic parental cycle. It made me cry. So, yeah. Trying to see what else. Obviously, I don't know why these 2 are on here. We're not going to watch Into the Unknown, Making a Frozen 2, or the Arendelle Castle Yule log. I don't know why they're on here and not listed under something separate as, like, yeah. I might watch the Encanto sing-along version, though, once we get there. Yeah, we're not going to watch any of these other shorts or anything. Let's see. There's a lot of shorts. I think there's a collection of all the shorts. I can't wait for Emperor's New Groove. Yeah. Winnie the Pooh collection. How many of the movies and TV shows do they have on here? Ooh. Okay, so we got Christopher Robin. We got Winnie the Pooh. Mary Pooh Year, Springtime with Rue, Book of Pooh. I don't recognize that one. My Friends Tigger and Pooh. I remember that one. Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. I think I remember this one. Pooh's Heffalump movie, yep. The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Oh, this is a TV show. Really man of 3D animation, yeah. That's kind of scary looking. Ooh! Is this like puppets? Or is this animated to look like? That's either way, it's not. I don't like it. It's kind of scary. The Tigger movie. This is the best movie! I need all of you to go watch the Tigger movie. Pickle's Big Movie, Winnie the Pooh, Event. Okay. Like Amber's New Groove, Yzma is in the game Villainous Kimber, which expansion she comes through though. She's there. And again, one should release also his car in the code box. Five Nights at Freddy inspiration. Okay, I was looking for the shorts, because I know there's a collection of just like all the shorts. I thought there was. Am I blind? No. Donald Duck collection. Let's see what's in the Donald collection. Clearly I need to go watch a bunch of this. The Three Caballeros, The Three Caballeros. I need to watch Three Musketeers. I know I've seen it, but it's been a while. Twice Upon a Christmas, Once Upon a Christmas, Christmas Carol, Whack Pack. I need to watch this, like, really badly. Yes, this is the new Mickey Mouse shorts. I don't know if you guys have seen any of those. Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. I don't know what this is. This is a new show. Yeah, new shorts. DuckTales shorts. So yeah, there's a bunch of Disney shorts. Let me see if there's like, I thought there was a collection for all the shorts, but I guess I'm incorrect. Because there's so many shorts. I mean, look at all this. Everything has shorts. Yeah, these are the ones that have shorts in their name, but yeah. I mean, here we go, shorts collection. So these are the Walt Disney Animation Studios ones. Frozen ones, Simpsons ones, Pixar ones, short films, Spark Shorts, Mickey Mouse, Toy Story, Originals, Marvel, Disney Channel, Pluto, Silly Symphony, Star Wars, cartoons, Donald Duck, Goofy, Chip and Dale. I mean, what shorts did you want to watch? Yeah, there's a lot. So, we are not watching all the shorts. As fun as some of them are. I remember this one, The Paper Man. That one was cute. Bar from the Tree made me cry. I was just wondering, sheesh, that's too many. LOL. This is why we're only watching the Pixar shorts. And only some of them. We're just gonna watch the ones that played before the movies. Oh, my jeans are digging into me. Oh, that's worse. Hold up. I'm gonna undo my jeans. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like some of these came out obviously after like the Auntie Edna, Ciao Alberto, Riley's First Date. But some of these came out before. Yeah, like La Luna, Day and Night. Those are ones that played like before the movies. Jack Jack Attack was like on the DVD. Presto, that played before. Lifted, that played before. One Man Band, Boundin', For the Birds, Jerry's Game, Tin Toy. So yeah, those are the ones we're gonna watch. I'm gonna have Zeffy help me out and make sure I watch the right ones. I never see The Simpsons, so I always think of the episode around Springfield, which is the one where Bleeding Gums Murphy dies and Bart does something selfish for Lisa. Babe, I've literally never watched The Simpsons. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I know nothing about The Simpsons. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of The Simpsons. I don't think I know all the characters' name. Well, I do. Well, I don't know the baby's name. But yeah, I gotta apologize there. But yeah, let's see. I think even though Soul, Luca, and Turning Red all got shorts for them that got posted on Disney Plus. So I'm gonna double check, but all three of them were straight to Disney Plus, so I don't know, but I'm gonna double check. Onward I know has one because it was actually in theaters because it came out right before lockdown, so it was in theaters for like 2 weeks before lockdown happened, and then it got posted on Disney Plus. But all the others have like their shorts that we're gonna watch. Yeah, so yeah, Pixar through the years. Here we go. I think this might be in order. Yeah, looks like it's in order. So Tin Toy, and then Toy Story, Jerry's Game, and then Bug Life. Alexa Jr. for the Birds. Maybe this is almost in order. I think. I'll have to double check. Lisa DeMentor's name was Bleeding Gums Murphy, and he dies in the hospital, and Bart buys her bleeding gums. Only album, and when asked why, he says, "You're the only one who believed in me when I said I was sick." Aw, that's cute. That's adorable. These are close to being in order. Yeah. Anyway. We're not even there yet. I need to do short of the lamp stomping the eye in their relationship. No, you don't. Well, I mean, isn't that... Oh, no, this is the ball. Oh, this is the one where it was just them flexing their their animation skills. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't really have much more to talk about today. So that's what I recommend for you. Encanto, Moana, Night Before Christmas, Turning Red, Black Cauldron, Zootopia. Yeah. Sports, why would I want... Oh, okay, hold up. I was gonna say, why would I watch a sports movie and then it's got Game Plan and Like Mike? Okay, yeah. Did you watch Moon Knight yet? We watched the first episode. We're still a little behind, so we're trying to catch up. But so far it's really interesting. Have y'all ever watched this show Like Mike? This movie was my movie when I was a kid. What did I think of Moon Knight? I thought it was good. It's interesting. Like, it's one of those that, like, I want to solve the mystery, but I know I'm not going to because I'm not very smart, but I'm trying to put the pieces together while I watch it. And it's really interesting, the cuts when he blacks out and then the other character, at least in the first episode, and then Moon Knight shows up. Like, that's fun. Remember the Titans is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've never seen Remember the Titans. I'll be honest. Never seen it. But Like Mike, my bro. This movie was good. I need to rewatch it because it's probably not as good as I remember, but this movie was fun as a kid. He got magical sneakers that make him play basketball real good. I just like seeing what I get suggested on here. But sometimes it's really funny. Because, yeah, why are you going to suggest me sports? Like, Mike, I remember this movie and it was cool back then. I know, back then. And is this still going to be good now? I didn't even know Disney owned it, but I guess maybe it was a Disney movie. It might be a Fox movie that they bought. Let's see. It doesn't say. Let's look it up. Like Mike. How does the kid get to play in the pros? Because he had magic shoes. Let me see. Is this a Fox movie? 20th Century Studios. Yeah, 20th Century Fox. Okay. So yeah, Disney got it when they bought Fox. But yeah, Moon Knight is really interesting, and like I said, I'm trying to figure out all the pieces, but I know I won't. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I hope it doesn't, because at the end of the first, has everyone seen the first episode, or do you guys not care? Because I don't want to talk about Moon Knight if you guys have seen it, but haven't seen it. But, I watched the first episode. I think Space Jam kind of holds up only because it's an absurd concept. I haven't seen Space Jam either. I'm going to be real with y'all. There's a lot of movies I ain't seen. Yeah, you watched both episodes. Okay. So, at the end of the first episode, no, I haven't, but I don't care about spoilers. Okay, perfect. So, we see Moon Knight at the end of the first episode. But I hope that doesn't mean we're going to keep seeing him, because what I liked about this episode was when he would black out and then he'd come to and then everything was different, or he was somewhere else. So I hope that keeps going. Because that was really interesting. That was a really interesting play and concept of like, oh yeah, he's going to black out and then the other character pops up and then he wakes up and he's like, what the fuck's going on? So, yeah. I felt bad for him missing his date and all that. That was really sad. But, yeah, it's really interesting. You know why he's blacking out? Yeah, because he's changing into Moon Knight, the other guy. But he's not remembering that he is. That's what I mean. Like, at least that's what I'm understanding. That's what I'm understanding. Am I wrong? Am I incorrect? Am I missing something? But he's turning into the other guy. And then we see him turn into the other guy at the end of the episode. And we see him in the whole getup. But yeah, I don't know. I like that sort of like not knowing what's going on that his body is doing. I mean, if I'm missing something real big, like, let me know, because maybe I'm being a real stupid idiot here on the stream. But yeah, we watched the first episode. I need to watch the second one. You're right to an extent. He's turned into another person. The character in the comics has a dissociative identity disorder. Oh, okay, yeah. I saw that. I saw that in the description. Like, I didn't read the whole description. I just saw that little, like, blip. So yeah, he's fully becoming a different person. Okay, so he has DID. Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I like, I'm on the right track. Like, he's becoming a different person. Like, when you have DID, you're essentially becoming a different person, right? Like, I know it's a little, he's kind of he's got magic DID, but, like, when you have DID, you kind of black out and become a different person. You don't know what the other person has done to your body. But don't some people... Okay. I don't know anything about DID, so I'm just going to shut my mouth. If I make a huge embarrassment of myself, I'm not going to start, because I don't know anything about DID. But... And I watch Moon Knight. I have so much stuff I need to watch, guys. You know what I just watched? You guys need to all go see Sonic 2. I just saw that today. It was really good. Okay. So, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Yeah, we'll see how close the comics to go, or which run they'll play off of. Sometimes the god he worships is real, sometimes he's an alter, sometimes he's an alien. Oh! That's fun. Love that. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't sometimes with DID, like, you can keep some modicum of control, but let the other alters, like, take over? I don't know. I don't know anything about DID, like, at all. And I don't know, like, most of what I hear is from Tumblr, and I don't know how much I believe everything on Tumblr, because I swear some people are like, my alter is Jonathan Joestar. I'm like, shut the fuck up, what? And I don't know how much they're, like, realistic to a point, and I don't want to, like, be an asshole, but I'm like, how is a fictional character your alter? Like, I don't understand it, so I just kind of go, okay, and I just don't ask questions. I'm not sure for what I read in the Moon Knight comics. Okay, cool, we're on the same page. Yeah, I don't know really anything about DID. If anyone wants to hop in and educate me, please do. Otherwise, I'll just make a fool of myself on here and everyone can cancel me on Twitter. Okay, let me check something. I just realized. Oh my god, my phone is blowing up. Excuse me. Okay, so next weekend, I should still be able to stream. But the overview which got he's associated with in the series, I don't want to spoil it for you. I'm assuming it's whatever that weird thing we saw. I don't know its name. I don't know anything about Egyptian gods. I'm sure somebody else could have guessed it if they knew anything about Egyptian gods, but I don't. Next weekend I should still be able to stream, but I'm house sitting for Zeffy's mom, so we're gonna see. 'Cause next weekend is Easter. Shoot, I'm running out of days. But I'm gonna be in Disney World in May, so I'm just looking at like how many weekends I'm gonna be gone and stuff. Y'all, I'm running out of time. But we'll finish. We'll keep doing our streams as much as possible. I'll keep posting my schedule and everything. So yeah, we will. I will not stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to hang out with a friend. So I won't be streaming tomorrow night. But we will stream Tuesday. Let me see. Let me double check that that's the only interruption. Yeah, we stream Tuesday. And then I don't have my schedule yet. I was dying when the voice and said it was like the idiot's in control again. I know, that was so funny. That was hilarious. So yeah, I don't know my schedule yet. My schedule should be posted between now and tomorrow sometime. So I will let you guys know when I have my schedule, and I'll post my stream schedule. But for sure we'll stream Tuesday and then some other time this week, and then probably still stream this weekend. Like I said, I'm house sitting. I might just take a break this week, to be honest. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna see what works best with my schedule, but I will let y'all know. Y'all will be updated. Yeah. So yeah, and then I'm trying to go out of town at some point. I don't know when that'll happen. I'm trying to go out of town at some point, so there will be a weekend that we don't stream because I'll be out of town, but I don't know if that'll happen anytime soon. I'm trying to make it happen. I'm trying to do stuff. I want to do things, guys. Why am I so busy? Anyway, let's see if there's anybody to raid, because we're about to get off here. Let's see. Yes, we're gonna raid Jenny. Jenny is playing Mario Kart 8. She just went live. Oh, that's so perfect. Okay, guys, it's like she did it. It's just like she did it on purpose for me. Okay. So we're gonna wait a minute because she's not even fully live yet. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna raid Jenny, and you guys are all gonna be very nice to her. And yeah, so yeah, I'll let you guys know about this coming week stream schedule. I gotta see what's going on. I need my schedule posted. I don't know if I talk shit again, if she'll post it while I'm on stream like that one time, because that was funny. Talking shit, and then it just got posted while I was talking shit. So, anyway. If anyone, let me put this back up. Our current standings. I don't think anything's gonna go under Bambi, to be honest. But there are some movies on here I haven't seen. So, like I said, I've never seen Dinosaur. And this week I'll start the Teen Line set, and I keep posting updates with it. It's cool. And then just if you have PayPal or whatever, I can just pay you directly instead of going through Etsy. Just DM me and we'll figure that out, and I can pay you directly, and then you don't have to like make a specific listing for me or anything. Usually use Cash App. Cash App works. I have PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. Yeah, I got that stuff. I don't have Venmo. That's the one I don't have. But yeah, I have a feeling everything like the higher tiers are gonna fill up. I might rearrange some of this, to be honest, but I feel like everything is probably about where I want it to be. But I don't know. As we watch some stuff, I might go back and go, well, this wasn't as good as I thought comparatively, but we're gonna see. This is a lot of movies to watch. This is like 60 movies, and I've taken too many breaks, so we're trying to churn this out. But yeah, I will be in May 16th to the 20th. I will be in Disney World. Can we put Good Dinosaur in FTR already and not waste time watching? This is for Disney. That's Pixar. We'll get there. I promise. Dinosaur and Good Dinosaur are two different movies. I know it's confusing. But Dinosaur is a Disney movie that came out in the 2000s. Good Dinosaur is a Pixar movie that came out some fucking time ago and I don't give a shit about it. But yeah, in May 16th through 20th or so, I will be 16th through 20th. I will be in Disney World, so we won't stream that week. And then when I get back, I will just do a whole stream where I talk for like 3 hours about what I did at Disney World. So we will definitely do that. But that's the only time coming up I can see on my calendar that like I'll be busy. This week, like I said, just this week, I don't know why. That's right, I forgot it was Pixar. It shows how ignorant or insignificant Good Dinosaur was. You ain't even watched it. You talk shit about it. You don't even know shit about it. But, yeah. Anyway, let's... Oops. Turn this off. So, we are going to raid Jenny now. I'm going to start the raid. Go be nice to her and give her my love. Anyway, I will see you guys sometime later this week or maybe next week. Love you guys. Bye.